Welcome students. Are you able to hear me? Is it clear? No? Then we have to learn about sound. So today's topic is sound because sound is what we hear, right? So what is a sound? So sound is produced, simple definition, is produced by vibrations. So it is produced by vibrations. So let's say there is some item, there is a matter that is vibrating. So that vibration generates or produce sound. Let's take an example. Bird chirping, right? So if a bird is chirping, there is a vibration and then it generates a sound, right? So the faster the vibration is, higher the pitch is, and stronger the vibration is, louder the noises. So whenever we are louder the sound is. Okay. So whenever we are talking about the sound, we talk about two things. One is pitch, another one is loudness. All right. So in this example, bird chirping, because bird is chirping faster, the sound is called high pitch sound, right? If you take an example of a drumming, right? So if you take an example of drumming, so because the vibration is slower, the drumming sound is low pitch sound, right? Now let's say if you are passing through a manufacturing industry or a fast racing car, right? So the sound, that sound is called a loud sound. Loud sound is a racing car, for example, right? So this is what a basic sound is. Now how the sound is transmitted, right? So sound is produced by vibrations, but it is transmitted through a medium due to the collision of the molecules, right? So let's say you have air as a medium, right? And air has molecules, right? We will talk about the atoms and molecules in the future lecture, but for now you understand that a molecule is a chemically bound substance of two or more atoms together, right? So for now you understand that air has molecules, number of molecules, right? And when these molecules, when sound transmits through this, propagates through this medium, these molecules collide with each other and it helps in transmitting of the sound, and then that sound reaches our ear and we are able to hear. So in air, when the sound transmits, it depends on the speed with which the molecules collide, and then that is called the speed of the sound. And in usually in through the air, the speed of sound is around 340 meter per second, right? So when the sound travels through the thicker medium, so other apart from air, let's say you have water or any other solid surface like a steel, right? So when the sound transmits through water, the speed of sound is higher because the molecules in water is more tightly bound together as compared to air. And similarly, when it transmits to the solid substance, let's say steel, right? So molecules are even stronger bound together in steel, and that's why the sound speed of sound is even higher in speed. Now when this is about the speed, there how do we measure a sound, right? So this is the speed, but to measure the sound itself, the unit is decibel, right? So how do you say that how much loud that sound is, right? So you measure in that in a unit called decibel. So the optimum sound range or the maximum, so I would say the optimum sound that our ears can bear or listen is 70 decibel, right? We will talk about what decibel is, how it is calculated, and all those things in the future lecture. But for now, the optimum value for a human ear to properly listen a sound is 70 decibel. and anything that is beyond 130 decibel is dangerous, right? So 130 decibel is something that we cannot hear, right? So this is what sound is, an overview. Let's talk about two more things in sound, which is absorption and reflection, right? So a sound, when it transmits or travels through a medium, there are surfaces which either surface, right, that either absorb the sound or reflect the sound, right? So usually a hard, shiny surface, right, absorb this, reflect the sound. All right, and usually a rough coarse surface absorbs the sound, right? So this phenomena is similar to what we have learned in light. In light, some of the surfaces either absorb or reflects the light. So we are able to see some substance or any object when the object reflects the light, right? Or if the object absorbs the light, we see the color which is not absorbed. So whatever is reflected, the color that is reflected by the light is being seen by our eyes. Similarly, in the case of sound, there are surface which either absorb the sound or reflect the sound, right? So let's take an example to understand both of this. Let's say you have a theater, right? So you have a theater, this is the screen, and then you have a sitting here, and these are the walls, right? Now, the surface near the screen is usually hard and shiny because they want that sound to be reflected so that it reaches to the audience at the end, towards the end also, right? So this is how this is designed. Now the walls, on the other hand, are made up of coarse material, right? Because they are made or manufactured in a way so that they absorb the sound and they do not echo. If they continue to echo, it will become a problem for the audience, right? So here the walls are made up of a substance which absorb the sound, right? So that they do not echo. So in a theater, you will see both kind of surface. One will reflect the sound and one will absorb the sound. So this is about the surface sound, how it transmits, how it is produced, how do you measure it, what is the speed of sound, in what kind of medium, it is slower, faster, it depends on the medium. Hope you liked it. We will discuss more about sound in our future lectures. Thank you.